guys, we're here with Burning Up Fishing, and today we're going to talk about a few different lures and how you're going to retrieve them, where to throw them, and what equipment to use. So I'm using a 20-pound braid, a little bit heavy braid, so when you throw them up next to moss and weeds and stuff, you can rip it out without having to worry about it breaking off or anything. You're going to throw it next to brush and stuff, weeds, stuff like that, stuff where bass are going to be early. The retrieval is you're going to throw it, you're going to wait till it sinks down. It's going to look kind of like Mike Iaconelli said that the reason why he likes using a weight is because it looks like the worm is trying to eat the weight when it's falling. So the bass thinks the worm's distracted, so it'll eat it better and quicker and stuff. So you're going to wait till it drops, and then you're just going to bounce it up, give it 2 or 3 little flicks with your rod, and then let it sink down, and you're just going to do that all the way back to the boat. So.
Next thing we have here is the spinnerbait. This one has a blue head with a white skirt, and it also has the Colorado blade and the willow blade. The willow blade is going to just kind of add that flicker of metal in the water. The Colorado blade is going to add that disturbance in the water, and this is an all-around good lure to use. You can throw this pretty much anywhere and you're going to catch fish. And something you can do is if you're fishing, you know there's larger bass in there, you can kind of spread it out, and then if you need to, you can bend this little metal piece down and fish smaller bass. So that's pretty much all there is with this one.
Next, we're going to talk about a square bill. What is this, like RC?
It's the RC
like,
Series 2.
Series 2, yeah. And I've had a lot of luck. I've caught probably, it was close to 8 pounds, but we didn't have a scale or anything with this. Where you're going to use square bills is just kind of like the seiko. You're going to throw it next to brush, bounce it off of rocks, and all that. They make different colors and stuff. I like this one for like ponds where there's crawdads and stuff. I like using like a shag color or a bluegill color in lakes because there's a lot of bait fish in lakes. And that's pretty much it with this one. So
the next one is a bluegill colored lipless crank. This one I bought from Bass Pro, and the thing I like about this one is it has this hook on here where it just slides right down there and doesn't scratch up your lure nearly as much. And this one also has a weight on the head of it, so whenever you're retrieving it, you can bounce it off the bottom and it'll hit the bottom pretty quickly. And it has a really nice rattle to it, which is going to help you attract fish and hopefully land the fish, along with these bigger size hooks here.
Somehow it has got me. Yeah. Alright, this is, I think, a Rapella. Yeah, it is. Deep diving crankbait. It dives probably, I don't know exactly, close to 18 feet.
Yeah,
like
it was 15, 18 feet.
Yeah. This is what you're going to use in like lakes and stuff where it's a lot deeper. Normally when it's during the summer, just like this, it gets hot. You want to go out deeper because the fish want to cool down. It's a lot cooler in deeper water because it's not as bright. It's got a feather here to give it a little more attraction. We use this in a lake that's pretty close to us, Thomas Hill, and I caught
fish all the way from little bitty like quarter-pound ones to 2-pound bass.
We had a lot of fun that day, and yeah, this is a good bait to use for deep lakes or deep strip pits, something like that.
Alright guys, so we went over the spinnerbait, the lipless crank, the
deep diving crank, square bill crankbait, and
the lipless crank, the deep diving crank, the square bill crank, and the seiko.